Oh my god! Ladies and gentlemen, Morigesh is absolutely unbelievable. The in-game looks absolutely amazing. This is what a patch for Paragon. Here's our first look, guys, on Morigesh. We're taking a look at her numbers, a little bit of math behind her as a caster, and then, of course, going over my preliminary build that I've kind of theory crafted for her. Again, this is before I've tried her out, and just kind of taking our first look at Morigesh. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so as a caster here, she is very interesting. Her numbers look pretty darn good. Again, as a caster here, her basic attack is really not something that you should worry about, but she is she's a less ranged caster, so they're trying to emphasize a little bit of her sustainability and, of course, a little bit of damage in the shorter range. So her basic attack actually gets more than other casters does. It's still 0.3 power scaling, but it starts, I believe, a little bit higher than most other casters, and it increases a little bit more to end up being 80.9. That's more than some fighters, I do believe, actually. And with the speed of 1.2, but she doesn't gain any attack speed, so her basic attack is going to hit a wee bit harder than other casters. Her right mouse button is her mark ability that does 1.08 power scaling. That's pretty darn good. So that is apparently her long-range poke ability. That's going to actually be pretty darn good for getting some sustained good easy damage off on the enemy with 246 damage with 1.08 power scaling. That's going to be a good with 5-second cooldown with only 94.5 mana. That's pretty solid. So that's going to be a good source of her damage for sure. Her hive here is really interesting. It deals 5 ticks on an unmarked target or 7 ticks for a marked target, lasting 8 seconds or 12 seconds on a marked target. So whether you have somebody marked or not, it actually empowers your hive. So you mark somebody, then you hive them. As you level up the ability, it does more damage per tick. So as you can see, 15-second cooldown here, 60.68 damage per tick with 0.12833 power scaling. So it's basic, almost nothing, really a small amount. And then it lasts for this many. In my math here, I've kind of taken into account the 5 ticks just because that's going to be reliable, even though I think you should be able to mark and hive pretty consistently, just given the benefit of the doubt here. So that looks pretty good. It's going to amount to a fairly significant amount of damage if you can manage to mark and hive somebody consistently. Swarm here is where she kind of runs through people, gaining the ability to walk through people, gaining health regen per stack of each enemy that she does hit, and lasts for this amount of time for that increased speed bonus. As you can see, the power scaling is it's low, but really you don't use this for the damage, although it will just help when you kind of do her whole burst here. Really not that much damage. You more use that for the escape ability or the enclose, and of course that sustain. Now her ultimate 0.98111 power scaling, it's going to hurt, especially with 367 damage at level 3. That looks good. Low mana cost, for relatively low cooldown. You're going to want to use that a lot. Now, her base kit, her base stats here is really, really interesting. Epic is slowly releasing heroes with different base kits. Those melee carries are different from the ranged carries. And now we are seeing a pseudo melee, not really, shorter ranged caster like Morigesh having different stats. So we have a little bit more health than other casters. Actually, quite a bit. Other casters are 1433 here. She's actually more like a rampage, to be honest with you. He doesn't gain as much health as a crunch, but she actually gains quite a bit. That's quite a bit of health. That's quite a bit. That's almost fighter status there. Health regen is again 4.4. Mana is really quite good. That's more than other casters, to be honest with you, but the mana regen is the same, and she gets more basic and ability armor than other heroes. She is the first hero that I have seen here, guys. Well, the first hero that has been released that has different ability armor. We have our first more than 30.5 ability armor by level 15 hero. So that's very interesting. She has more basic armor and more ability armor, which really, I don't think that's going to change very much. She's just going to build the same ability armor and pen. But if we start seeing more and more heroes with varying different basic and ability armor, it's going to be really interesting to see. So her kit is really interesting. As you can see, she has quite a bit of sustain naturally in her kit, plus quite a bit of damage. So that is going to be really interesting to look when we look at penetration. When we take a look at damage versus ability pen, remember guys that everybody has at least 30 ability armor by the end. Apparently Morigesh is the first person to have more than that I can think of anyways. So Morigesh, when we add in her abilities here into the little kind of math here, when the math does it, we can see something very interesting. I'm using her hive as an example, and then you can see what everything else looks like. So when you put in hive into the damage here, if we go into damage on this column and ability pen on this column, we can see that with one ability pen and 1 CP of damage, it deals 238 damage, including that armor. So 238, if we try to see which one increases our damage more ability pen or more power, we actually see it's ability pen. Ability pen increases the damage more. If we go over here, ability damage, ability pen increases, ability pen, ability pen, ability pen, ability. As you can see, we go all the way over here to maxing out our ability pen against a target here on 30. You can't get negative armor. You can't pierce more than what they have. So as you can see, maxing out her ability pen, going straight to 30, and then adding in all your power. You know, however much power you have is absolutely mathematically sound. That's why I have a gigantic yes over her hive, because her hive ability absolutely can use penetration a ton. It is insane. If we put in her other abilities, they are still a yes. They're as much ability pen as the target warrants. So guys, Morigesh, the long and short of it is, you just ability pen, get 30 of it, and you're gonna do fine. Now when you are starting in the early game though, take a look at this. You need that power first. As you can see, we're following the highest source of damage. As you're seeing, we can go up. You still need a lot of power in order for, here, look at this, we have 16 CP's worth of power, and then it doesn't matter. You can go into ability pen or more power, and the damage stays the same. So you need quite a bit of power in order for the ability pen to start working. And that has been my recommendation for a long time. Get around 20 to 30 CP's worth of power on all of your casters, which is a lot. 20 to 30 CP, guys. You're at least 30 CP total, maybe even 40 before ability pen starts to make mathematical sense. So as you can see, we keep on going down, and we're gonna wait for that time when ability pen finally starts to kick in. Finally, there you go, 30 CP ability pen kicks in to provide us more damage than power does. And as you can see, we can follow this. We can follow this down here. Oh, there we go. So, and then ability pen, and then we start getting into ability pen, as now there's a large percentage here, and then you can see we can go over here and we can finally max out ability pen once we have 32 CP of power. So just anyways, you guys get the point there. You need power first. 30 CP of power before ability pen is better than power. Hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully this yeah, you guys understand. Here is my build, ladies and gentlemen, called Morigesh. Obviously a Diablo reference. As the first thing, I was like, new deck, Morigesh. I like the Diablo series. We're going for the Archmage just because that damage potential is absolutely unreal. Her ability to deal a lot of damage once she gets all of her rotation. I think, you know what, I actually wouldn't mind going for the health, just because the fact that she can, I don't know, that health maybe would work well just so she can survive in that late game. Not sure, but we're gonna have to see that. So we're trying something different. I haven't tried this before, but I feel like with Morigesh, she can do it. a health potion and 2 mana potions for the early game. 2 mana potions because you can use your, not your swarm. I'm always forgetting what her ability is called. The ones where she can run through targets, gain that health regen. I think she can actually have really great sustain on her own. So only 1 health potion and 2 mana potions. 2 mana potions so that she can just use those abilities, be an absolute nuisance in that mid lane, and use those amazing abilities of her. Gonna try it out. Not sure. That's why you experiment. After that, we go into the Guardian's Ward. I'm gonna try to only get the ward, just because you really need that ward. You get 3 CP of value, fine. But then we go into a Gift of the Rains. I haven't used this card before, and for some reason, my gut is saying to use it on Morigesh. That health regen on top of her passive, are you kidding? Or on top of her ability, are you kidding? She should be able to run around and just do anything. Just be like, that sustain is incredible. I want that mana regen because casters have issues in the early game. Her abilities don't seem to be that mana intensive, but I want that mana regen to start that snowball effect so that you can just stay on the battlefield, farm with all the mana potions, health potions, Gift of the Rains, her ability. Oh, I'm really excited to try that out. After that, I was like, I don't know what to put in because she seems very self-sufficient at this point. Adamant Edges. Adamant Edges. Can't go wrong with a little bit of health and a whole bunch of power. 2 Adamant Edges. You do have an option to go into a Stab Link. I really think that's absolutely terrifying. Because I would not want a Morigesh to blink close to me. Let's just say that. With the fact that it's a Stab Link, she can use her one ability. My goodness, I can't think of what the damn name is. Not Swarm. Where she can get her health regen up. Just a fantastic card. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. You can get a Stab Link in there from the Guardian's War, Gift of the Rains to Adamant Edges. And then after that, you have an option. You can get Ash of the Witch, which is going to be absolutely fantastic for her as well. You can get Ash of the Witch. You can get this Elder Mage Amulet, which is a 9-point card. Or you can get this Chronomancer Disc, an 8-point card. It's all up to you. You want this Adamant Edge or this Elder Mage Amulet for some health, you get this one. You're really far ahead. Your damage is doing quite well. You just get Ash of the Witch. For more utility, you're grouping up lots, get Ash of the Witch. If you're not really grouping up that much, you're still in lane maybe, get this Chronomancer Disc to really help you get a ton of damage out. This is going to be absolutely insane because all of this mana regen, oh my goodness, just crazy. So there's the Chronomancer Disc. You have 3 options there: Ash of the Witch, Chronomancer Disc, or this Elder Mage Amulet. Get those 3 somewhere in there. After that, you get this Thermal Bond. What this Thermal Bond does is going to really help your sustain in the late game. I was thinking maybe the other card that gives you that cleanse. Man, my brain's not working to this morning. But this Thermal Bond, to increase her sustain already, like I feel like this is going to be astronomical on her, and we're going to see if that's true here. So that is why I'm going for the Thermal Bond, just because, you know, people are going to be like, Morigesh killer, right? So if all that sustain, all that CC comes on you, boom, you can be regenerating your health, plus use your ability to get more health regen. Just dumb. Just dumb! So then, once you have everything finished, once you guys have everything finished, get this Shadow Scroll, because again, you need that 30 CP worth of power, and there ain't much power in here. It's a surprising amount of not much power. There's like 27 CP of power, so you get this ability pen last. So the Shadow Scroll is the very last card that you get. The final build, guys: Thermal Bond, Ash of the Witch, this Chronomancer Disc, this Shadow Scroll, this Guardian's Ward, and this Elder Mage Amulet. Good amount of health here on the Elder Mage Amulet, a bit on this Guardian's Ward, and 2 on this Thermal Bond. Just enough here to keep you alive as you are a pseudo melee caster. Can I just say how badass that skin looks? Oh my goodness. Also, ladies and gentlemen, look at this brand new game that we got. Isn't this absolutely insane? Epic, you have just blown the lid off this game. Absolutely unreal. So the very first ability you're definitely going to get is Swarm. You're going to want to get all of these stacks here to get up that nice health regen. Now, if the Fae here wasn't a fantastic person to be, you know, poking us down, we might have a better chance here. Now, interestingly enough, the bots put me here in the off lane, which is probably not the best spot for her, but I think she can actually do quite fine. So there is the Swarm passing through enemies, and you know what, let's see how much we can do this. Let's see if I can get a whole bunch of stacks on there. You know, that's probably not going to be the smartest thing, just because, you know, well, the enemies are going to have CC. That Fae is definitely going to have CC. You're going to have a really easy time picking me off as well. So that's probably not going to be the smartest today, but I just want to see how much health you can get back from that. And it looks like actually fairly quite a bit. Now the next ability, what do you get? Let's go with the Mark, just because it seems like that is the that seems to be her long range ability. Now Mark, let's see. How far is that? Ooh, that's pretty far. The camera on Morigesh is pretty low, but that is actually really quite far. It's just under her basic attack range, which her basic attack range doesn't actually seem like all that short, to be honest with you. Really doesn't seem all that short. So I find that very interesting, that there's not much to go on. So let's go here. Let's use this here, and then our hive. Boom, there's that burst. Ooh, basic attack. Her basic attack seemed a little strange. Wow, look at that. Holy cow. That hive is insane. That's a lot of ticks, a lot of... Wow, okay. Again, here's that mana regen. I'm gonna wait till this Fae has her thing. Okay, so now that she's done her thing here, we're gonna go in. We're gonna get all of these stacks here. But yeah, it doesn't seem to be doing all that much, to be honest with you. I did unlock all of her abilities, but maybe actually going for her Swarm here, increase it, would be a better idea. You know, like, don't upgrade the one of her other abilities, and then just kind of, you know, upgrade her, what do you call it? God, Swarm, yeah! Swarm, Hive, Mark, okay. Upgrade her Swarm a couple times first, but you know what? The other abilities seem to be so damn good. I don't think that's going to be actually a good idea. So we do again need some. Ooh, last hits here are pretty hard with this health potion and mana potions. But you know what? I actually think she might actually kind of work here in the off lane. She does get really powerful abilities, so it's gonna be interesting here. Let's use our E to get a whole bunch of stacks here. The rampage coming to help me out. Look at that. We doubled the health regen here on the Swarm. So getting level 2 Swarm here actually might be a good idea, especially here in the off lane. Upgrading her Swarm twice first, just like Richter's, just like what you do with Richter's. What do you call it? Let's do the ooh, boo, holy smokes! Look at that damage! Whoa! No way! I mean, guys, this is still, you know, bots. I do understand that, but wow. Sparrow, don't. Thank you. Thank you. So let's get the Gift of the Rains first, just because we don't necessarily look at this. Oh my God, this chrono. Ooh, juicy. Now this is gonna bring on the sustain. Oh, all right. Let's finish her off with the ultimate. Oh, juicy. Oh, she is a monster in this early game. I mean, against these bots, I understand. But she's looking good, guys. I am having second thoughts here on her. Oh my goodness. Are you serious right now? Wow. Okay, so guys, her mark, right click into her Q is good. It's good. It's damn good. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. So her ultimate, guys, again, remember, you have to mark the target first. So you have to mark, there's her, can I use this? Ooh. Oh, wow, that's a large AoE. Her, guys, her, oh, let's see if the damage, does the damage kill her? Hiya! Oh, no, it did hit her! Oh, my Q almost, okay, so the Q isn't doing that much damage just yet, as I'm sure you saw there. Let's do a whole bunch of damage here. Let's do the burst. Oh no, I didn't, okay. All right, I didn't have my my abilities ready, so I'm really liking this health potion and mana potion business, but it, with level 2 now level 3 I think that's what's really doing it. So if you can manage to get level 2 swarm, I think that's actually really really good. So it's gonna be interesting. Alrighty, let's see what we can do here against this fate. Oh, the sparrow left. Okay, well, never mind then. Because there's a big, huge minion wave, and I wanted to see if I can get a full rotation off on that sparrow with all these minions, and I run through them to get to them. How much damage am I going to take? Am I going to be alive? Etc. etc. Just kind of see how much. So, guys, so far, she is a complete beast. You guys get a good rotation off on somebody, and you did some serious damage. Now, something that I have noticed is you can harass the enemy with like a mark, just like that. You see me use a mark there on the sparrow here. I'm gonna do it again here. Get a little bit of damage here. Yeah, it's not really doing much damage, to be honest with you. So you'll need to get a few, definitely a few. Actually, you know what? Let's I'm gonna do that. There we go. Look at that. So there's yeah, a right click into a left click. This is just dumb. This is just dumb. Oh my goodness. There, you right click into a Q. I mean, guys, these are bots. I understand. But this is absolutely insane what she's been able to do. Guys, this Gift of the Rains has been a godsend. It has been an absolute godsend here. I would highly recommend it, as you know what, she has the ability to sustain like a beast here, and that is why we went all mana regen, just because that is the issue. The mana part is the issue, not the health. So if you guys can see here on this mana, we have the mana potions. It's just incredible. So one thing that I did do, the quick math in my head, upgrading your hive is much better than upgrading your mark. So here, this hive, we are going up 12 points of 13, but there's 7 ticks. So 7 ticks times 13. Well, what is that? 91. Whatever, 90 something. Well, whereas your mark only goes up 50. So seeing that you can get your right click and a hive pretty easily, guys, it's really actually quite easy. I'm not going to be upgrading my mark till much later on, which, you know what, I'm actually okay with, just because that's going to come more into play in the late game when we do get a good, when getting a little bit more ranged damage, ranged poke is going to be a little bit more important. So there's that little bit 2 cents there with her Q. Guys, I don't need to go back to base. I straight up don't need to go back to base. This health mana potion, her passive, the Gift of the Rains, is just incredible. Yeah, these are bots, guys, but I mean, this is going to transfer somewhat over to PvP. So my gut here with Clear Heart has been absolutely correct. So let's actually go here on a full burst here on this Fae. If you can stay on top of somebody with your E, you can actually do that, and booming. Incredible. Incredible. Guys, I'm going to call it. If you are anywhere close, to a Morigesh, beware. She can easily turn stuff around. On you and get a complete burst on you with a minion wave around her. That is incredible health regen. She will kill you. Can Morigesh gank? Remember, you can use her basic attack as you are using your E. Yeah, she can gank. She can gank pretty easy. So, one thing I have noticed is that you can use your E, run into some oh goodness. You can run through the minion wave as you're running through the minion wave. Oh, she's dead. I just wasted my ultimate. Yeah, so your mark does a lot of damage. So I have noticed that you can use your E to run through the minion waves. You can use your mark as you are running through them to get the stacks, and then those stacks prepare you for all the damage that you're going to take as you go in on the enemy. So it's a really easy combo to do. You use your E as you're running through the minions. Let's not be that aggressive. As you're running through the minions with your E activated, use your mark, then use your Q. Super easy as that. This Gift of the Rains has just blown my mind. Oh. So here, I'm gonna use my E here, use my mark, my Q, and then he's just dead. Because look at how much damage that mark does. This recall, though, fantastically done, Epic. Absolutely fantastically done. And as the very last card, guys, Shadow Scroll for that Sinister Shock. Oh my goodness. So, Sparrow and Fae. Let's see what we can do against the Sparrow and Fae. So again, we're going to go over... Oop, I messed it up. I actually didn't land my Q on this Fae. Well, look at that. Look at all that damage we didn't take. And boom. I mean, the Sparrow probably could have melted me if she had stayed. But, yeah. So look at that. Let's get all this crazy damage here. Wow. So yeah, she has okay wave clear. She has okay wave clear. You just really got to use your E. You just really got to use your E, and kind of run through everybody as much as you can. And your Q, yeah, it doesn't do much damage. Oh, actually, well, of course, no, of course it does. Why wouldn't it do? It does a ton of damage. Never mind. She has great wave clear. What? Yeah. So her hive. Yeah, her hive is going to do amazing damage. Right, Sparrow. Oh, just dumb bots. Yeah, dumb bots. That's unfortunate. But yeah, guys, she has great wave clear. One hive is more than enough to take out a wave, or at least definitely you know, put a wave in, turn a wave around to go in the right direction. Yeah, look at that. So just absolutely fantastic. Do the mark early. There we go. I'm just gonna. All right. Jeez. So, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this one. I mean, enough said. That ability pen is monstrous there in the late game. And remember, you need a lot of power in order to warrant it. In order for it to be better than power, actually, to be more correct. So, Yeah, you really need that very late in the game. But this health is very nice. It's very nice. It's because her health regen can really kick into high gear when, you know, because that means that she can lose more, so she can also gain more. That's absolutely fantastic. The ward, obviously, you just need that. The Chronomancer disc, just because the hive does so much damage. With her ultimate, just her being able to use her mark from fairly far ways away. You know what, guys? To get 6 seconds off of your curse, I really love it. I really love it. The Therma Bond, a few times I've been kind of diving headlong into things, and that steel and the Grux, that's really paid off and only amplifying her sustain. And of course, Ash of the Witch. Solid. So, guys, there you go. That is the first look on Morigesh. She looks absolutely incredible, absolutely ridiculously crazy. And hopefully you guys learned something from this video. Please like this video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it, share it with the community, and of course, guys, subscribe. If you guys like this content, found it useful, please subscribe and follow me on Twitch so that I can help you out in the future. Till next time, like always, stay optimistic.